Hello guys, and welcome to another video tutorial on web authoring. Today's our first video tutorial on web authoring actually, and we're going to use a WYSIWYG. What a WYSIWYG means is what you see is what you get. Alright, so we're going to use Composer in creating or answering the web authoring question. Right. Okay, so question 23 says we should download those files and have them in our working area. I've done that, so I'll show you in the Jiffy. Right, so we're straight to question 24 that asks us to create a style sheet which will be used within the website. Okay, so to my working area, this is my working area, and then I have all those information right there. Okay, so we go back to our question. All right, now question 24 says we should create a style sheet. Now if you look here, it says that using a suitable software, prepare the following style rule within with all the pages on this website. All right, now we're going to use a Composer to create the style rule, although we can also just type in Notepad, or we can also just type it in Notepad and we'll be free, but we're just going to use a Composer in creating this. The Composer will help us to get the color codes for dark blue, green, blue, and black, because we are supposed to use a hexadecimal code when we are creating a style sheet. So straight I go to the Composer, and I have to make sure I know what exactly I'm working on. So to begin with the style rule, I'll click on the CSS editor and name it as style sheet. Okay, just to differentiate it from the actual web page. So I'll click on OK, and this will take me to where I need to save my work. So it's within my working area and it's paper 2. Right, so I'll just save this as a .css file, because style sheet are a CSS file, so we just save it as .css. Okay, so here we're going to create our style rule. The first one we have is H1, so we click on H1 and you click on create. Okay, so we have to see what we need to create there. We need a dark blue color, sans serif, 36 point, center align, and bold. So you come to text, and under text you select the color, which is dark blue. So this is my dark blue. Click on OK. We have the sans serif and sans serif, if you look carefully here, is the one which says predefined. So I click on predefined, and that is highlighted. So sans serif is highlighted for the font. For the font, right? And then we choose the point to be 36. So 36 you type in here. So font size is 36 and it should be point, so you add PT, or you can just drop down and select PT. All right, so 36, and then we are supposed to bold the font. So we come to the weight and say bold, and the alignment for the font should be center aligned, so we'll make it center aligned. So here we find alignment, and we click on center, and you click on the next. Again, you go to the drop close to the palette and click again, and then you click on style rule. Okay, you don't click on OK. Once you click on OK, you have to go back and have to open the editor again. So you just go close to the palette and click on style rule. Right, the next style rule we have here is H2. H2 is green. We have serif font, and then bold 14, left aligned. So if we can do that, is green. So text, first of all, H2, and then we create H2. It's a text, so we select the color to be green. So I choose that green, lemon green. They didn't specify, so any green is fine. Or I can just make sure I don't have any combination of green. So I want full green, so full green is 255, which is the highest number. So I can just type in the 255 to be green, and then I don't need any red in there, so 0, so that is green. And I click on OK. The weight should be bold, and then we have the alignment to be left align. So I go to left align for alignment, and we know the font size to be serif, and under when it is unspecified, it choose serif as the font size, so we'll leave it as such. So we are done with H2. So H2 green serif bold 14 point. We are left with the point, which is 14. So font size is 14. We put in PT, and so we are done with H2. We'll go to the next one, close to the palette, star rule, and then we check what we need to create next, H3. So H3, we click on it and say create star rule. We look for the text and what we need to put in. So here, blue sans serif 12 point left align. Okay, so we select blue for color. So blue, once again, this is the highest color, so I can just type in 255 for blue. Okay, and you can see the name right there, blue. I click on OK. The font size is 12, so it's 12 point, so PT. The alignment is left, and then again it's sans serif, so I'll leave it. Yeah, again it's sans serif, so I'll have to go to predefine, and once predefine is selected, then I have chosen that particular font size. Okay, so I'm done with H3. Go to star rule and look at the next one I need to do. The next thing is a line. Blue sans serif 10 bullets and then left align. Okay, so when we look through the star rule here, we wouldn't find L1 as part of it, so we have to create our own. So we click on custom star rule and type in L1. Okay, so you type in L1 and say click. You create it, and then you go to text. So text here is blue, and we have sans serif, so we come to predefined, and then the point is 10 point. We are supposed to select a bullet point, and the bullet here we are using the dix. So to come to bullet, you select the list, then you select dix. Okay, and then you click on OK. No, we're not done with this. We go to the next one, which is the alignment. So we come to alignment and then click on left. So once we are done with the line, we move to the next one, which is the paragraph. So the paragraph should be black sans serif 10 point and left align. So we'll do that one also. So star rule, and then we select paragraph, create. The text is black, so here color, for black everything needs to be 00, so it's right there as black. You click on OK, and then the point is 10 point PT, and then we have predefined once again as a paragraph. Yeah, so predefined for sans serif the 10 point, and then we have alignment to be left. So alignment is also left here. So we are done with the star rule. So once we're done with the star rule, you click on OK, and then you save. Right. Now there are two ways to get or call out the star rule information that you want and save it. Because I've saved it as a CSS, I'm just going to close the composer because I'm done. All right, so I have to look for the star rule. This is it. Okay, so it's style sheet.css. So that is the name I gave to the style sheet. All right, now we move on to the next question. So we are done with question number 24. It said that save the style sheet and attach it to the web page as you create it. So we'll attach this style sheet that we've created to our web page. All right, and 25 says that print a copy of the style sheet that has been attached to each page as HTML source code. All right, make sure that your name, center number, and candidate number are printed on both pages. So here all you have to do is to make a copy of the style sheet and paste it in your evidence document. All right, make sure you have your name and center number, and then that is it for 25. Now 26 says that using a suitable software package, create a new home page. Okay, and the home page should be called homepage.html, and it says that this page will make a home tablet menu option across the button, and it should look like this. All right, so to do that, I'll open a composer, and this is what is referred to as a web page. Okay, and the name of this web page or this home page should be called home page, right? It should be called homepage.html. Okay, so to do that, I'll just go to source and give it the title as home page.html. right? So once I do that, I click on save, and then it opens to where I need to save my work. So once again, within my working area, I click on save. Now you can see that the name of this is okay, there's a spelling mistake, just have to correct it. Go back. So it's home, not home. All right, so HM. So I'll say that. All right, so that is the name of the home page, right? And the question says that this page, all right, should look like that. Okay, so that's the home page. Now the next thing says that attach the style sheet that you save in step 24, and it says that by removing codes if necessary, that is if you are using a WYSIWYG, as I mentioned earlier, package, the style sheet are not overridden by the package. Okay, so here all I'm going to do is, because I use the composer in creating the style rule, I'm going to open the style rule here, and I need you to take note of this. Now all this part here is not needed in the style sheet, so I take that bit off. When I come below another paragraph here, the curly bracket closes everything on the paragraph, so I don't need this also as part of the style sheet. So I remove those information and click on save. So this is the style sheet I'm going to attach to my web page. So I'm going to close this and open the composer, go to the CSS editor again, and then go to link style sheet, browse for the location of the, so that is the style sheet, double click, and always remember to click on create style sheet. If you don't click on create style sheet, then it will not be attached to it. I click on OK, it has been attached, and I have to click on save. All right, so that has been done. We move on to the next step. Now the next step says, which is 28, says that in the top corner, add last edited by this and your name and candidate number. All right, so all this information just need to go at the left corner here. So you have to just make sure you type in last edited by, and then you enter your name, your center number, candidate number. That is all you need there. All right, and then it say that you have to set it to, the style should be set to the paragraph. So highlight everything and then come to this part and select paragraph. Okay, and click on save. All right, so once you click on paragraph, once you click on paragraph, that will be the font size, the font style will be attached to what you have done. Okay, then I go down to the next one. All right, the next information we have there says that you should have this heading, which is the root trainer trees, and we should set that to H1. So I'll go straight to that and type in and then H1. I apply H1, and I get it. All right, so H1, and I've set in the star rule as I've been required to do here. So 29 is done. The next thing is to go to 24. Point 30. All right, says that below the heading, create a table which has 4 rows and 2 columns. Right, and it says we should merge the cells like we see there. So back to Composer, I go enter, and then this is my table. Remember, WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get. So this is a table, so if I click on it, definitely I'll get a table. So I need 4 rows, 2 columns, so 4 by 2, and then just double click on it, and that is it. I'm supposed to merge these two, so I just left click, make sure I select the first 2 cell, and then click on join cell, okay, join table, excuse me. So when you select the 2, you click on join table. Okay, so once you click on join table, the 2 will be merged, and once the 2 are merged, it means you are okay to go. So here we have some of the properties are missing here, so I have to bring the arrow down here to see join cells. So here you can see join cells. Then I do the same thing to this 2. I join the cell, okay, bring the cursor here and join that, and then you join this bit also just by clicking on that. Right, so and this part is labeled A, B, C, D, and E, I guess. Right, so that's the question. Yeah, then here it says that set the cell padding for the table to 3, and the cell padding for the table to 5, and the width of the table should be 10. So we have 3 for padding, and then we have the spacing of the table should be 5, and the width should be 100. So you double click on the table. Once you double click on the table pop-ups, and then the table properties pop up, and then you click on tables. Now here we see the spacing should be 3, and then the padding here should be 5. And then here we are told that the width of the table should be 100, so it's already the 100 cm. I click on apply, and let's see if I have anything to do there on table. And I have to set the border of the table to 2. Okay, so cell padding is 2, and the spacing is 5, the border is 2. So border is 2, and spacing is done, the padding is 5, and I click on apply. I click on OK. All right, so we are done with question 31, 32, 33. Now we move on to 33. 33 here says that we should set the table border to 2. We've already done that, so we move to 34. 34 says that using the content of the specimen 1 dot text, all right, we should place this content within the table. All right, so we'll locate that table, we'll locate that file. So paper 2, and that is it. This is the text file. We open, and then it says we have to copy all this to customer, and then we need to place it so all the way to customer to the cell A1 and format it with H2. So I'll paste this in. Don't need this. This is HA, so I paste it in and I apply H2. That's the heading 2 to this, so it's applied. And then I go to the next information. It says that, all right, so we're going to have all this thing here in cell B. Okay, so I go to again the text file, so that is all of this here to green, and then I copy that and place it in the cell B. This is a cell B, so I copy and place it there. Now I have to look closely at what I'm supposed to do here. Plant for all soil types, and all types of plants should be set to paragraph, so I have to do that. So this here, okay, so you just click on that and set that to paragraph B, and undo. So select the first line and then choose paragraph for the style that needs to go for that. And this here are bullet point, and this is what we use for the bullet point. And then we'll go to the next one, which is also to be set to paragraph. So P, paragraph, and then the next one is supposed to be bullet. So we set that also to bullet. All right. Now it looked like the bullet, we didn't do the, just a quick check on the star rule. We're supposed to set the line to blue. Want to check if we chose blue for the line as we did the star rule. So I just quickly check here. The star rule has been attached. Okay. So because it has been attached, I can open and see what has been done in the star rule. So right there, this is line. So here we can see that we didn't set color for this line. So here all I have to do is to go to that and set the color to blue. Okay, we didn't do that. So blue, all I have to do is to change all this to 0 and this to 255 and click on OK, and click on OK. You see, once I change that, it has affected in here. So please remember to cross-check with your style sheet before you call it in or you attach it, right? But I'm able to do that because I know what I'm doing. Okay, so that is how to change the style rule, even if you have not done the right thing within the style sheet when you are creating it. That is what to do. Okay, so I'll move straight to the next point, which is question still on 34, right? So I've done this bit, and now on the next bullet, you say that place the text. You can contact us in many ways into cell C and format it to H2. So once again, the text file, look for this goes to C, right? So we have to locate C where C needs to be. So C is below B, right? So back to composer. So C is here, paste, and then we attach H2 as the heading 2. And then the next question we have the next one is place the text, all of this through our website all the way to into cell, all the way into services, into cell E. Okay, so go to text file again. So all this will go into the cell E, and the cell E is the one on the far the bottom, right? So back to composer, bring it down, and this is E. So I paste it right there and apply the H3 to it. So H3 is applied to this. I'm supposed to have typed it in, so just make sure you create enough space to have everything going. All right, you can bring this down just to make it look nicer. Right, so that is it for the step excuse me, that is it for the step 34. Right, then the next step, which is 35, says that import the image this and place it into the cell D and set the height of 2 pixels this and maintain aspect ratio, and then I said I make sure the whole image is visible. All right, so we want to place in here an image, so you put the cursor there and go to image, and then we browse for the location of the picture, desktop, working area, and then paper 2. All right, so this is the image we are looking for. It says specimen 4, right? Yeah, specimen 4, this very one, give. So you double click on it, and since it's we always have to type in the alternative text, so it's a tree, so we type in the alternate text as tree, and then click on OK. So the 3 comes there, and we are asked to give it a dimension to 200, the height to be 200. So you come to custom size. We are supposed to maintain aspect ratio, so the height is 250 pixels. As you can write C 250, and I click on OK. All right, so that is done. Say that, make sure it's visible. All right, so we then 36 says that place the content of this below the table to create the menu as a table menu, and set the border of this table to 0. Okay, so we have to set the border of the table to 0. So we first of all look for the file that contains that information. So once again, we go to our working area, which is on the desktop. So within the working area, I find the this very one. So open it, and as it's open, right, we copy the content here, and then Control C. Now we are supposed to place it below our table. So if this is our table, write it below it, the cursor there, I paste it. I'm supposed to set the border to 0. The border of the table is supposed to be set to 0. So I double click on the table right there and come to table, and the border is already 0, so I'm fine. I click on OK. And what else are we supposed to do there? We are supposed to set, okay, we are supposed to set everything there to H2. So highlight that and click on H2. Highlight this and click on H2. Highlight that and click on H2. Right, so once that is done, we click on save. Okay, then we go to the next information, which is point. All right, this is very important for me, this point, question 37. I need you to watch carefully how I'm going to solve question 37. Now it says that we should create a hyperlink for the menu, that is using this as a hyperlink to point to this image, which should open in a new window called that. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is to highlight this. Okay, click on link, and I'm going to browse for the location of that particular this, which is the H2, this very one. Okay, so once I have selected that, the next thing I need to do is to type in. Okay, so place the cursor close to the image, right? So I type in target, okay, and bring in equal to speech mark, and within the speech mark I type in the external. Okay, I type in external because we are supposed to open this particular specimen.html, the specimen 2.htm in this window called that. Now in here, you make sure that you check the URL which is open in relative, and then you click on link to open, and then you click on new window. Okay, so you want to open in a new window, and once you do that, you click on OK. Now having done that, I need us to go to the source again to check something. Right, so if you come to the source, you realize that I have all this here open in the HTML. Okay, I need to remove this bit and put it a speech mark, and then remove the 22 and put it a speech mark right there. Remove this 22, the percentage, and have it in a speech mark, and I click on back to the design view, and then I click on save. All right, so having done that, let's browse and see what happens. So I browse and then come below the table and click on this. So you realize that once I click on it, it opened the ATM2 in a new browser, and this is the information that came out. All right, so back to our composer. It means that what we did has worked. Okay, so we'll go back to question. So we are done with question 37. So once again, I'm going to go over what I did right there. So all I have to do is to click on this. Once you click on that, you go to link. And once you go to link, you fetch for the location of the specimen you want to use to open in a new file. Double click on it. Once you double click on it, you make sure you check this URL, check this one, and ask it to open in a new frame. Okay, it might come as in open in that, and then now you find out that right here you have within the new frame the underscore external. If you can see closely within the new frame, in this frame you have that here. Okay, so even if you choose that in the new window, it will open it when you bring the target equal to that and type it in there. That is what will happen. So it will open it in a new window. So alternatively, all you have to do is to highlight that, double click on it, and once you double click on it, you come to this part, link to new window, select the new window, and within there type in underscore external. But to be sure you have done the right thing, just type in target is equal to that, and it's done for you. All right, so that is how to open that in a new document. All right, so we move to the next point, which is 38. 38 is that save the page as home. Okay, so that is already done, and so print this page as it is viewed in your browser, and then print a copy of the HTML source code. Okay, and the next point here says that open this image, right? So for 38, all we are supposed to do is to save the page, which we have already done, and we are supposed to print this as it's open in the browser. So the browser we open was this. Okay, so to be able to see everything, just click on Control and the minus sign, okay, for everything to show. So once everything is shown, you just take a screenshot of this. To take the screenshot, we just use the snipping tool. Okay, take a screenshot of everything that is here. You don't really need the top there. So once you take the screenshot, you paste it into your evidence document, and then you can equally do this for the evidence document. All right, so I move straight to the next point, which is 38. The next part, which talks about the the source code. So to get the source code, once again I go to the composer and click on source, and all I have to do is to copy all the way from the table down, and then I paste it. All right, so that is all you're supposed to do. You copy all the way from this part, rather the HTML, all the way down to this part. Okay, once you copy it, you paste that also into your evidence document, and that is the source code for everything you have done. Okay, all right, so we move to the next question, which is question 39. Now 39 says that we should open this specimen 5 JPEG in a suitable application and change the width and ensure a color depth. We will not be so much interested in the color depth. I mean, that will take a little of our time, and we are not really interested in that for now. What I'm going to do is to change the width and the height of the picture and apply it. So I look for the picture, which is this, okay, and I'm going to open it with a paint.net. All right, so opening this with paint.net, which is also a free app, you just open with and you do the changes there. So as we wait patiently for it to open, let's see what we are supposed to do next. Right, so the next information here says that we should open the file this and import the image that right. Okay, so we'll look at that later. So now this is a picture. So to change the size, we come to image and then go to resize, and then this is the width. You just type in 40, and because the height is 60, we want to type in 60, so we go in and type in 60 without anything being changed. Now if this is click maintain aspect ratio, you'll not be able to do that, so make sure it is unchecked, and then you type in 60 as the height and then 40 as the pixels, and then you click on OK. And now we are supposed to save this picture as a GIF, right? So .gif, GIF, excuse me. So you go to File and you come to Save As, and then you find within the Save As type, right, GIF, okay, and you are saving it as the same thing, right? So it's within the same place, so I just click on Save. Right here we'll maintain it and click on OK. All right, so it's saved as GIF as we are required to do in step 39. Okay, then the next thing we are supposed to do from there is to open this particular HTML and then import the image. Okay, so we are supposed to open this file and then import the image this into the right corner of the table and resize the image to this right. So we go back to that particular table. We'll use the composer to do that. So all I come in here and click on new and then go to file and then open, then open this particular folder, okay, which is the the specimen 2.html, okay. And then the next thing we need to do here is to import the image into the right corner of the table. So we are going to import the table into the right corner and also change the pixels to 250 high. Okay, so this is the right corner of the table, so I just make sure the cursor is there and I go to image and I'll browse for the position of the image, which is specimen 6, this very one. And then since the dimension is supposed to be 250, I come to customize and change the height to 250, and that is all I'm interested in. We have to check if this has got no alternate text. So once again, we type in 3 and we type in probably 2, okay, and click on OK. So we've done that for that particular question. And the next thing here is to, okay, so we've done 41. The next one says that replace the text candidate name at the top of the table with your name and center number. So we go to the same place. So here, candidate number, you replace it with your name and center number. So here is name, and then that is it. So you type in your name here. So if your name is Matt, you type in Matt, and that is it. And then you add your candidate number to it because it said so here. So yeah, so you replace it with your candidate name, all right, and center number, and yeah, so you type in the center number also as well. So my center number is GH whatever, then you put in the candidate, the center number is 0021, you add that also to it, and so that answers the question 40. That answers the question 41. Now the next point, which is 42, says that replace the text, click here at the bottom of the page with the image this. So we have to look for this part which is click here. So go in there, and that is it. So this is click here. So we are supposed to replace this with the image, the image we just changed to give. Okay, so come to the image and then browse. So this is GIF, right? So we double click on it. Once again, we just type in logo and then click on OK. So we've replaced that particular thing there, and then we go to the next one, which is and so make this a link to the same window in the home page. So we're going to make this the link to the home page. Okay, so to do that, we'll come back to the composer, click on the image and go to link. Okay, so when you come to link, you click on this and then you have to look for the position of the home page. Now the home page I believe should be within our working area. So within the working area, you have to look for the home page. So this is the home page. So I double click on that and click on OK. All right, and then I save. All right, so I've linked that to the home page, which is the working area, and the next thing says that attach this the external sheet you save in step 42 to the same. So I'm going to attach the style rule again to this particular question. So I'll go back to the composer, click on, and then internal link style sheet, look for the position. So that is the style sheet. Double click, create style sheet, and click on OK. Once that is done, everything I need has been attached to it, and I click on save. Okay, so the next thing there, I've attached the style sheet in. So I've done question 43, and then it shows that you okay, this also is the same as that. So 44 says that save the page as specimen to. Okay, so we just have to save this as this and make sure your name is displayed on each page. Print this page to view your browser. Okay, so I'll go back to the composer and we are supposed to save this as a specimen 2. So I'll go to source. So when I go to the source, the title, I have to locate the title. So the title of this here should be changed to the not Bonzi bonsai from root trainer, but it's supposed to be specimen 2 .html or .html. All right, so we are supposed to save it as this. Okay, so we save that page as that. So all you have to do is go to the source, locate the title and change that and then put it right there. So I just have to copy and paste it and click on, go back to the design view and save. So you can see that the name of this has now changed to the specimen 2.html, and this is also homepage.html. All right, so we are done. The next thing we need to do is to make sure we display on the same page and view your browser. Okay, so all I'm supposed to do here is to browse. So I have browsed for this particular one. So when I click on this, you realize that it took me back to the home page, which was this. You can see that, right? So I click on it and it took me back to the home page. And if I click on the tree bonsai, it will take me back to this very one here. All right, so that is how to work in this. So all you need to do here is to take a screenshot of this and take a screenshot of that and display it in your evidence document. So this question here is really involving, as you can see, as compared to. So I encourage you to try your hands after watching this video and see if you'll be able to do it. Once you're able to do it, then you shouldn't find any other question web altering difficult. Well, that is it for today, and I encourage you to keep practicing and try to be good. All right, so till we meet again another time, be good. Bye bye.